Alright, well, welcome to Drawn to Whitetails, Drew Ramage. I want to talk to you about something that happened to me this summer / August that I'm adjusting to. This year I decided to switch to a heavier arrow. I'm shooting the Easton's Full Metal Jacket, and my arrow weight went way up. I'm a 31-inch draw, so I have some longer arrows. And previously I was shooting a little bit lighter arrow, and my feet per second was around 310 to 312. Well, when I switched to this, it's almost a 400 grain arrow. And now my speed of my arrow went from basically 310 down to 266. So I've had to make some adjustments on my sets. The first thing, I do like the heavier arrow and the broadhead that I'm going to be using, because man, the kinetic energy is out of this world. When this thing hits, it's going to hit. It's going to blow through. Even if I hit a shoulder, it's going to blow through that shoulder. Just got so much more power. The other thing with a heavier arrow is you get accuracy. I'm a whole lot more accurate now shooting a slower speed than I was before. So that leads me into kind of the discussion I was going to go into. I was shooting the Black Gold, I believe this was the Ascent, if I'm not mistaken, and it was the single pin sight. It was the adjustable single pin. I could shoot out to about 30 yards before I made that arrow switch, and I was pretty much dead on. I really didn't have to move the sight. When it got to 35, 40, 45, I would have the little dial on here and I could adjust it, and it wasn't that big of a deal. I really like it in the early season, late season, because you kind of knew what the deer were going to do, being on the food sources with that single pin. But when it got in the rut and it was hectic, sometimes if they were out of range and you're trying to video and do that, it got a little crazy. So I talked to the guys at Black Gold. They sent me a new sight. It's the Rush, and all I did was get the new sight itself pretty much. And it's a 4-pin sight. But when I switched to that heavy arrow, I started having to adjust at 25 and 30 because of the speed of that arrow. I was having to move my dial too much. So I was like, I've got to switch back to this multi-pin sight so I don't have to worry about all the adjustments. I like the single pin sight because I only had one arrow to focus on. My center point was perfect. I mean, when you pulled it up, you knew which arrow to look at or which pin to look at. Pin to look at. And you could put it right on there, and you could pull your release or shoot, and you knew where it was going. With this one, it's the same thing. You just got to make sure you get the right pin, and I'm liking this so much better. Now out to about 35 yards, actually 40 yards, all these pins are set, but that's what I've been doing this summer. I made a switch in my arrow, so it changed my speed, changed my setup, and now I had to switch from a single pin sight to a multi-pin sight, and I can't recommend these Black Gold sights enough. They are a great product. So look them up at Black Gold, blackgoldsights.com, I believe is what the website is. But anyway, that's what we're doing. It's 2 weeks before season comes in here in Kentucky, and we are still fine-tuning everything. Go back to what Josh did a couple weeks ago, practicing at longer distance, moving in, and now I'm shooting from an elevated position and trying to shoot my broadheads, make sure they're in there and everything's shooting good, so we're ready for opening day of bow season here on September 2nd. Well, that's going to do it for Drawn to Whitetails. Remember, season never ends.